Hello. Welcome to my channel once again. This is Live, Love, Laugh with me, Karine. I'm glad to have you tune in to watch this particular video. Please, if you have been on my channel and you are yet to subscribe, please remember to do so, because when we subscribe, we get more people to come onto the channel. More traffic, yes, more traffic is directed to the channel. So please, if you have not yet subscribed, do so. Subscribe under the video, right below, on the right side of the video. Be just immediately below the video. And please don't forget to put thumbs up for the video. Yes, thumbs up, very important. Don't forget to put thumbs up, and also share. We want the information, we want the message to go far and wide. Yes guys. I'm here today to talk about a topic that I know all my topics are usually very important to me, and I believe that the information that I want to pass across is information that it should be important to us, and it should be something that we take away lessons from it that can better our lives, better our relationships, and better everything that concerns us as a whole. Yeah, so the topic, what I wanted to talk about today, which I'm still going to look for the topic, but the message is clear. It is I don't know, for people who are coming from Facebook, please can you drop a message, a shout out to me on the comment section. I'll be very glad to know you came from Facebook. Why do I say so? Because on Facebook I left a message saying that today I will be talking on the reasons why some women or some wives, because this message is particularly to married people, but if you're not married, you're welcome to learn and also to maybe put it in practice for when you are married. Yes. So why some wives secretly, that is the key word, please pick it there, why some wives secretly resent their husbands. Yes, I just said secretly resent their husbands, because that is true. Some wives secretly resent their husbands. Reasons why. And most of the time you will realize that these husbands do not even know, they don't have the slightest idea that their wives secretly resent them. But because of one thing or the other, which we're going to talk about in this video, wives or some wives at some point in their marriage will resent their husbands. Not all, take note, that is why I use the word some wives. Yes, so what are those reasons? Please, while we're getting into it, subscribe to my channel and like and also share. While you're subscribing, as you subscribe, click or turn on the notification bell so that each time I post a new video, you'll be one of the first people to be notified by YouTube. All right, so we're getting into it now. Why do some wives secretly resent their husbands? Some wives, meaning some wives secretly resent some husbands, right? So in certain marriages, you will find, I want to talk today about husbands, and I will come to talk about wives later, because I think this speaks particularly to husbands. So husbands who cheat in their marriages. Please, if you are a husband that you're watching me or you're watching this particular video and you are a cheat, know that your wife secretly resents you. She does, yes. She resents you to the core of her being. Know that. Husbands who cheat. And the funniest thing is, there are husbands who cheat, not something that maybe have happened by error, but something that is a perpetual thing, something that is known by people, something that even their wives know that they cheat. They have what we call side chick. It's evident for everybody knows about it, even their wife, but they are powerless. There's nothing they can do. If you are such a wife, if you are such a husband, rather, know that your wife resents you with every part of her being. Marriage is supposed to be something that is between two people, a wife and a husband. When you, husband, make a conscious decision to go out and to get a concubine, or to get a side chick, as we call it, or to get a third party into the marriage. And most often, these husbands are bold that they don't bother if their wives get to find out. These husbands, they are bold that they don't bother if it hurts their wives. This news is everywhere. Everyone knows that this man, this is the side chick, or this is the third party in the marriage. Everyone knows, even the wife. Heartbreaking. Even the wife knows about it. Husband, I'm talking to you. Know that your wife resents you with every part of her being. There is nothing that breaks a woman than when she has or she knows that she is sharing her husband with another woman. Even in situations where it is polygamous, you will find many polygamous couples who say, no, I'm okay if my husband has another wife. I'm okay if my husband gets another wife, or things blah left and that. But that will be in the 1% for me. The 99% of women do not appreciate sharing their husbands, not to talk of sharing them illegally. So husband, please listen to me tonight. Listen to me this afternoon. Whatever time you are watching me, please consider your ways. Consider your ways. Because if you are in this particular category, your wife resents you. Do you want to live with a wife who resents you? Before you got married to her, you knew her, you knew everything about her. So, what is the reason why you would leave her and you would go find a woman from outside? You go bring a third party into the marriage, even without any respect to her. She knows about it, you don't care about it, you go to that third party and you come to her. And you come to her. Please consider your ways. Another reason why women or wives will secretly hate their husbands. Husbands who don't satisfy them sexually. Yes, a husband who don't satisfy his wife sexually, that wife secretly resents you. Unless that wife doesn't know what is good for her. If she knows what is good for her, know that she secretly resents you. There are many husbands who don't care to please their wife sexually. If you are one of those husbands who just comes and takes what they want and go and leave your wife empty and dry, then you are falling into the category of husbands I'm talking about today, that their wives resent them. Don't only come to your wife for sexual satisfaction just because of yourself. Don't be selfish. If you are a husband, don't be selfish. Your priority should be to satisfy your wife sexually. You must take that as an assignment. You must take that as something that gives you pride. When you satisfy your wife sexually, you find pride in doing that. Even your wives look at you like the king of her life, the king of her heart, the king of her body. So it is important that as a husband, you strive to satisfy your wife sexually first before yourself. And when you strive to satisfy your wife sexually first, you will see that during the sexual encounter or during the sexual exchange, you will be striving to satisfy her and she'll be striving to satisfy you. Yes, and we know that to get a woman satisfied sexually, you have to sacrifice time, you have to sacrifice effort, you have to sacrifice will, you have to sacrifice a lot of things to be able to get her satisfied sexually. So if you are that man who is not patient, if you are that man who cares only about himself, then you starve your wife sexually. And that is why you will see most wives will turn to be grumpy. Most wives will turn to look old than their actual ages. Yes, please, if you don't know that today. When you satisfy your wife, when you take your wife to the mountain, right, and you bring her down from the mountain, I'm telling you, you are a king in her heart. You are the king in her heart. And she turns to look more younger than her actual age. Yes, because she's being fulfilled sexually. There is a biological explanation behind that, which will be a story for another day. But know that if you are starving your wife sexually, then you are doing her a big disfavor, and she secretly resents you for that. Yes, she secretly resents you for that. So I will be coming subsequently with other topics that speak particularly to husband and wife sexual relationship. But for today, on that particular point, I will say that please, husbands, strive to satisfy your wives sexually. When you do so, you can't even imagine your place in their hearts. Yes, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. So, what next will cause a wife to be secretly resentful towards her husband? A husband who drinks and gets drunk. If you are a husband who drinks and gets drunk, know that your wife secretly resents you, because you bring her shame, you bring her disgrace, you bring her embarrassment. Yes. Are you that husband who drinks and gets drunk, whom people know for drinking and getting drunk? If you are such a husband, know that your wife secretly resents you. She may not tell you, you may never know, but secretly in her heart, she resents you for bringing shame to her. She resents you for bringing shame to her. So every husband, please be responsible. In whatever you do it responsibly. Don't be a drunk. Don't be a drunk. Husbands, you need to get your wives loving you and loving you wholeheartedly, not keeping any resentment in their hearts. And one of the ways to do that is by pleasing them, is by doing things that are right in their sight, doing things that are right with them. And if you are a husband who drinks and gets drunk, please drop that attitude, drop that lifestyle, drop that lifestyle. Then what else would cause a wife to be resentful towards her husband? If you are the husband who is unromantic husbands, nobody was born romantic, but there are many ways by which you can learn to be at least romantic. Nobody says play the movie role, nobody says play Romeo, but at least be romantic. Don't be like a village man. Be romantic towards your wife. Play with your wife. Do the things that will cause your wife to feel as though she's important to you, of which she should. Be romantic towards your wife. Smile towards her. Touch her arm in a very romantic way. Look at her in a very sexy way. Be romantic. Take her out once in a while, or as finances will permit you, take her out. Buy her gifts. Tell her you care about her. Tell her you love her. Tell her you love her. There are many men who came from, culture. The African culture normally doesn't give place for a man to be romantic. The African culture normally doesn't give a place. It builds this macho man, this strong man, who should not be romantic. This strong man who should be a man who gives orders and those orders are followed. No. A man ought to be romantic to his wife. A man ought to be romantic to his wife. Be that man who is romantic to his wife. Be that man who touches his wife. Be that man who plays with his wife. Be that man who does things that pleases his wife. You know your wife. You know what your wife likes. And very importantly, tell your wife, confess to your wife your love for her. That is very, very important. It goes a very long way. It goes a very, very long way. Let your wife know how much you love her. Even if you have to tell her severally, it is that important. It builds her confidence. It builds everything that is within her. It creates an atmosphere of romance. Yes. So you must be able to tell your wife, no matter how many times, that you love her. Yes. That you love her. Each time my husband tells me that he loves me, you can see it that he is genuine, he is real with what he's saying. And when he says that, it pleases my heart. It pleases my heart and I love it. And I would imagine that every other woman would love when her husband tells her that he loves her. My husband doesn't bother. It's not a thing to be shy about. It's not a thing to say you drop from being a man to tell your woman to confess to your wife your love for her. It doesn't drop you. It doesn't bring you down. What it does is it lifts you up in her heart. So husbands, please be romantic towards your wife. Whatever that romance is for your wife, you know her better, you know what she likes. Please, when you know that, don't ignore it. If you ignore it, know, and I'm telling you today, know that she secretly resents you. Yes, she does. She secretly resents you. So, why am I talking today on this? Because I want couples that are happy from the core outside. Couples that are happy from inside outside. Not ones that will smile, but then in their hearts, they secretly resent you. Yes. So, what other thing will cause a wife to be resentful towards her husband? A husband who is physically and emotionally abusive. A husband who is physically and emotionally abusive. The physical abuse towards a wife is something that is common. Each and every one of us can see it can know it when we see it. We can recognize it when we see it. But emotional abuse is often goes unnoticed. It often goes unnoticed. It's only the wife who feels the cuts from an emotional abusive husband. Many husbands abuse their wives emotionally. They speak to them in a very disrespectful manner. They bring them down. They bring their body confidence down. They bring everything within these wives down. There are men who do that. You abuse your wife not only physically, you abuse your wife emotionally. Please, if you are an abusive husband, know that your wife resents you with every bit of her being. Don't abuse your wife physically. If you know, the Bible says that two became one. So meaning that if two became one and you are beating up your wife, technically you are beating up yourself, and no one beats themselves. So if somebody beats themselves, meaning that self is not theirs. That is the logic behind it. Meaning that you and your wife, you are not one. Because if you are one, you will not beat her, because beating her implies that you're beating yourself. So when next you want to raise your hand to beat your wife, remember what I'm just talking about. Remember, would I beat myself? Would I beat myself? If you wouldn't beat yourself, then don't beat your wife, because your wife is a part of you. You are a part of your wife. The two of you are one. So if you want to raise your hand to your wife, know that you're raising your hand to yourself, know that. And don't speak hurtful words to your wives. You know, wives are registers. Women register things. You can speak a very hurtful word to me today. I may brush it, but in the future, when you do something similar, I will remember that one that you did many years ago. So please, husbands, don't be emotionally abusive towards your wives. Don't be physically abusive towards your wives. Treat your wives as though you're treating your own self. Treat your wives as though you're treating your mother. Treat your wives as though you're treating your sister, your only sister. Because there are many men who have many sisters and they treat each sister differently. But if you were to have one sister, how are you going to treat her? That is the way you should treat your wife. A wife is a treasure. A wife is a gift. When all friends are gone, it is your wife you return to. Yes. So, a physically and emotionally husband is the husband that the wife resents. Please, let's work on our attitudes. Husband, please work on your attitude. Love your wives just as much as you love yourself. So what else would cause a wife to be resentful secretly? Because these things happen in the secret, in the heart. You will not know it, you will not hear about it, but in the heart, they resent you. They resent you for making them go through that. They resent you for making them feel that. They resent you for making them be the person that they think that they are not. So, why will a wife resent her husband? What other reason will a wife resent her husband? There are husbands who care more about their friends than their wives. There are husbands who spend more than half of the day with their friends, but they wouldn't spend a quarter of a day with their wives. Their wives only see them when they come to the house to eat, to sleep, and when they wake up in the morning and they go. Their wives don't hear from them. They only see them when they come back. Please let your wife be your first friend. Let your wife be your first friend. Let your wife be your second friend and your third friend. Be your wife's friend. Be your wife's best friend. Don't consider your friends outside to be your number one, number two, number three friend, and your wife perhaps is occupying the fourth and the fifth place. There are husbands whom their friends know things about them that their wives don't even know. There are husbands whom their friends know secrets about them that their wives don't know. That is a wrong thing. That is very wrong when it comes to husband and wife relationship. There are husbands who their friends know details about their accounts or certain accounts that they have somewhere without the knowledge of their wives, or property somewhere that their wives don't know but their friends know about it. If you are such a husband, you are doing wrong. You're doing your wife wrong. You're doing your marriage wrong. Let your wife know things that your friends outside will never get to know. Let your wife know those things before ever your friends, even before ever your family. There are some husbands whose family, they know things that they will even say it somewhere and the wife will say, so they don't know about it. They don't know about it. So please, husbands, let your wives be your number one, number two, number three, number four, even number five friend. Let them occupy those 5 positions. One person, one woman, one wife occupying those positions before other people can come in any order. So husbands, reevaluate, look at yourself. Please, as you're watching me this particular time, as you're watching my channel, as you're watching this video, please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. When you subscribe, please turn on the notification bell so that you will receive a notification from YouTube each time I post a new video. So we move to the next point. Why will a wife secretly resent her husband? As I just mentioned earlier, there are husbands who tell a whole lot of things to their family members, to their mothers, to their sisters, that their wives don't even know. Yes. There are those husbands who even criticize their wives to their family members, criticize their wives even to their friends. When you criticize your spouse to your family members or to your friend, therefore you're saying that what? That they should look at them through that criticism that you've just made about them. Now, let's say it's a criticism, is something that is fixable, and at some point it gets fixed. You have painted a bad image about your husband, about your wife, in this case about your wife, to whomever it is that you were criticizing her to. So beware, be watchful. Be watchful and be careful what it is that comes out of your mouth concerning your spouse. There's room for correction. There's room for retracing your steps. If ever you've done something like that, there's room to corrections. There's room to make corrections. Yes, it is that important. This topic is that important for a peaceful home. It is that important for a peaceful home. And husbands who are lazy, yes, there are certain husbands who are lazy. They sit on their butt and they don't want to get out and work and hustle like other men. Such husbands, know that your wife resents you. Especially those ones who are lazy, but their wives are so hardworking. They bring the work and they bring the food. They bring the animal from the bush. They do whatever it takes for the family, but you, the husband, you are not responsible enough. Not that you can't, but you are just lazy. You put her through hard work. Remember, a wife is a helper, is a helpmate. She's not to take charge, she's not to take lead, but she's to assist. So if you don't allow her play her role of assisting, and you allow her take charge in the things that you are supposed to take charge of, know that she secretly resents you. Husbands ought to take charge. They take charge of providing in whatever shape or form. So if you are leaving your wife to take charge in the upkeep of the home, in the upkeep of the children, in the upkeep of everything, know that your wife secretly resents you. If you are assisting your wife, it's a good thing. That is the right thing to do. That is the way it was meant to be. Your wife should assist you, not take charge. Your wife should assist you, not take charge. So please, if you are lazy and not handicapped, you husband, arise and begin to take your responsibilities in the home and begin to take your responsibilities in your family. Arise and begin to do the right thing. So, this is Live, Love, Laugh with me, Karine. I will end this video here, but we have many more great topics to treat in the near future. Topics that I know that you will find informative, you will find important, you will find pleasing. You will learn a lot from it. And as I'll be coming to your screens through my channel, please like the videos, subscribe to my channel, and share the videos to friends, share to family members. Let your husband watch this. Yes, let your husband watch this. If you cannot call him to watch directly, send it through a friend who will send through another friend that will reach him. Yes, that's the way it goes. Send it through a friend who will send it to another friend. That friend will send it to your husband to watch, if this information is important for him to watch. So with that, I say goodbye. This is Karine.